Hi there, Steve Kaufman here. It's a lovely sunset that I'm looking out at here. It's been a great day, or at least the second half of the day was warm at long last. We're getting summer here in Vancouver. I had a great workout this evening when I came home from work, and I went for a swim in the ocean for the first time this summer. A little chilly, but our water here never gets very warm. Um, so I feel good. I want to talk a little bit about Korean. In my previous video, I talked a little bit about the different books that I bought on learning Korean that I spent, 6 or 8 months, about 4 years ago on Korean, listening to content that I got from the colloquial series, the Teach Yourself series, a book out of UBC here, other things that I could find. And eventually I just stopped because the content available was just simply too boring. And then we had Russian at Link, and I moved over to Russian. But now we have Korean at Link, so I'm back at my Korean, and I want to talk a bit more about my experience. By the way, in my previous video, when I showed this great stack of books that I had spent money on, and criticized some of the books for their overly sort of technical linguistic description of sounds and things of that nature, which I never can quite relate to. Of course, that inevitably triggered a criticism on my YouTube channel from someone who probably did study linguistics and says that I shouldn't call myself a linguist if I can't understand those terms. And of course, in English, the word linguist means polyglot. It's the first definition you find normally in most dictionaries. So I don't apologize for calling myself a linguist, even though I never studied linguistics, and even though I'm not very interested in the subject. I'm also not very interested in all of those linguistic terms. I don't find them useful for language learning. They may have other uses. Also, this gentleman then accused me of, blatantly pushing link, and it's pretty easy to see what I'm up to and stuff. Well, yeah, it is easy to see because it's obvious. I enjoy doing these videos and interacting with people, but I wouldn't do them if it weren't for the fact that I'm hoping to attract people to Link. I mean, that's why I do them. But that doesn't mean that I don't believe in Link. Why did I ever get involved? I've been in the lumber business all my life. I don't really need it. I believe in it. I believe there's a better way of learning languages, and so I have committed an awful lot of time to this project, and we have invested, obviously, money, and I believe in it, and it's my passion. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with talking about things that are interesting, of interest to me? There's no hidden agenda here. It's pretty clear. Some people may say that I mention Link too often. Whatever. I'll do what I want. Someone else can make videos and talk about what they want to talk about. Now, getting back to Korean, I praised the colloquial learning Korean, and I think the main reason is because it was smaller than the other books. But I have now found, having gone back to it, that, I can read through the chapters 1 to 20, and I kind of half start to remember what I had learned before. But I couldn't listen to the CDs anymore because they're full of English, and I can't stand it. First of all, they explain to you in English what you're about to hear, which really annoys me. Then they give you vocabulary with English explanations, and then they ask you questions. Please answer in Korean, and I find all of this stuff very, very annoying. So I was very happy that Hyun-Woo Sun, or I guess Korean style, Sun Hyun-Woo, who has a website called Talk to Me in Korean, agreed to share these dialogues in our Link library. The dialogues are called Talk to Me in Korean. They are tremendous intermediate learning material. Tremendous. The sound quality is excellent. It consists of either Hyun-Woo or someone else. Usually there's a male and a female. It could be two females. And they talk about light subjects. It could be, it could be bookstores. What have I had? Bookstores, lazy people, stress, dealing with stress, exercise, all these subjects, talking about everything and nothing, really, but in a very pleasant way, natural, unscripted, just two people having a conversation, but they manage to repeat words over and over again, so it's very good for the learner. It's great listening, even if I don't understand it all. I don't mind listening again and again. And then, of course, I read it on Link and I look up the words that I don't understand. And one of the things that I find quite interesting with Korean is that with so many words, you don't find a satisfactory explanation in the dictionary. Part of it is because there are a lot of words, perhaps words that come from Chinese, that can have 7 or 8 meanings. So you don't know which one applies to this particular context. Or for some reason, sometimes the dictionaries just turn up ridiculous, meaningless definitions. So, but you know what? I don't mind this, and I think this is a good exercise. I think they should do this in classes. They should give people dictionaries full of meaningless, or 15 different definitions, and make them realize that the language, you're not going to nail it down. And even if there were what looked to be the real meaning, you're still not going to nail it down. So the fact that things are a little fuzzier in Korean, it just makes me want to listen more often. I'm keen to hear more and more of content in Korean, because I know it's eventually all going to fall into place. Because the Koreans make sense when they talk to each other, so therefore eventually Korean's going to make sense to me. But as I said on my blog post, it's kind of like a beautiful woman. She's not going to make you aware of everything and let you see everything right away. You've got to put in the time. You've got to put in the effort. And gradually you'll get to know the language. So I'm really enjoying Korean from that point of view. Also, because we now have our again, plugging Link, we have our app, our new app on iPod. I'm able to do a lot of my reading, listening. I can review my saved words, highlight words in the text on my iPod app. I can review my flashcards. I can even review my links of the day that get emailed to me. They also line up in this app. So, I can do a lot of stuff. I had a meeting today. This gentleman I met with a Canadian Minister of Government to try to talk to him about Link. And of course, politicians are always busy. So I was, left to wait there. But I was just as happy as could be going through my Korean on my little iPod Shuffle. So that also has made the Korean fun. But I am enjoying it. And I think I'll probably spend a month or so on sort of lighter intermediate stuff here. Talk to me in Korean. I don't know how many episodes there are. I will find out. And then I'll move into heavier content where, to some extent, I'll have an advantage because there will be a lot more words that are based on Chinese characters. And so I will have a lot of that vocabulary from my Chinese. So yeah, I'm enjoying it. The biggest problem I'm going to have with Korean is I set myself a challenge to see, how much I can do between now and December. And I want to try to have a conversation with someone in December. But I'm going to Portugal in October, so I also don't want to neglect my Portuguese. I'm actually going to be giving some conferences to language teachers in Portugal. Before that, I have a conference in Germany, so I do at some point have to refresh my German. Then, because it's my 65th birthday, my wife and I are going to spend 3 weeks in Sardinia. My older boy and family are going to come over from England because they have holidays at that time, at least for 1 week, and then we're going to spend another 2 weeks. And then I want to maybe drive through Italy back up to France or fly home. But so Italian is going to be there, and in all of that, I'm going to have to maintain my Korean studies so that in December I can actually carry on a conversation in Korean. We will see how it goes. Meanwhile, thank you very much to Hyungwoo Sun for the wonderful content you and your team have created at Talk to Me in Korean. Thank you very much. Bye for now.